ready for the baby to wake up yet, so I'm trying to be quiet, but we're doing something really, really scary today. It's not only her first snow, which is really exciting and would normally be a really fun day, but it is also her first day of trying peanuts. Not gonna film it because I'm freaking out, but I did want to film a before, and I will be filming at some point, whether that's days from now or later tonight, and after of how it went. My husband has a severe peanut allergy, and Addie has eczema. You have a higher likelihood of being allergic to peanuts. The other thing with eczema is you have a higher likelihood of having an egg allergy. So it's like eggs and peanuts, I think, is like what's correlated to eczema. And then my husband's allergic to peanuts. So peanuts is the #1 thing we've been dreading doing, because my husband had his first reaction at 6 months to peanut butter and had to be hospitalized and everything. And Addie's having her first taste of peanuts and peanut butter. We bought the Justin's peanut butter because it's literally just palm oil and roasted peanuts. The Jif had like soybean oil, which we know we can't have, and like a bunch of other stuff, like added sugar and everything. So the Justin's is literally 2 ingredients, so we know that it's not just of other stuff that she could potentially be allergic to. We know it is peanuts. And I'm freaking out. Zach is freaking out. Funny enough, he's had a hectic day at work so far, so have I. It's like we're walking in today knowing that she could very well have a reaction, and it could be severe, just like my husband's. So it's like I feel like I'm poisoning her. I feel like I'm gonna hand her that spoon with the banana and peanut butter mixed in, and I'm like, here you go, here's your allergic reaction that could be deadly. So I, leading up to this, have had a lot of like anxious, intrusive thoughts, like really, really morbid thoughts. So I'm really scared going into this. And yeah, I have Benadryl with us. I have her little cup of water. I have her little jar with the peanut butter already mixed in. Today we're starting with 1/8 of a teaspoon. Tomorrow we'll do 1/4 if she still does well today. The next day we will do a 1/2 teaspoon. And if we make it to day 3, then we know she probably doesn't have an allergy. Some people are allergic to peanuts like raw and not peanut butter. I've had an allergist tell me that. That'll be another mental hurdle of when we like try a different peanut product of like, could she have a reaction to that? But today's really what's gonna tell us, and I'm freaking out. So because we're so nervous, we are driving to the best emergency room in our area, which is 15 minutes away, and we're going to park in the parking lot. This past week, we did 3 days of the wheat allergen. So wheat was the first allergen we tried with her. She did great with it, doesn't seem to have any reaction. She was great. So we're gonna go into today with the same strategy of like, we give her one small bite, and we wait 5 minutes before we give her the next bite. And then we give her another small bite, we wait 5 minutes before the next bite. And then we usually do that 4 times until it hits 20 minutes since her first bite. And then we do in 2 minutes between little spoonfuls. And then finally, this is like something I made up. When we hit the 30-minute mark since her first bite, then I just give it to her as she wants it. I'm so nervous. If it's been 2 hours, no reaction, no hives, no nothing, then we're gonna go home. Vibes are bad. Vibes are bad. Zach and I have been very snippy with each other all day. We're gonna say a prayer. Please say a prayer for us retroactively, because even if she ends up not being allergic, we still have more allergens to try. So just say a prayer about that situation in general. We've had people praying from our church, our family members praying. Our pediatrician wasn't very reassuring about her not having a reaction, because she was like, it doesn't necessarily mean she will have an allergy to it, but the eczema does mean like she could be more likely. And then she said, in fact, with the eczema, they would want them starting allergens at 4 months, but they're not old enough to have Benadryl until they're 6 months. So she was just gonna have us try allergens with her at 4 months and hope for the best. But Addie, the 2 things, Addie didn't have eczema until she was 5.5 months. So we didn't, it's too late for that. She didn't show interest in food until she was 5 months. So both, and you're not supposed to start food until they have an interest in it. So there were multiple things that were delayed and beyond our control. Oh my gosh, she just stirred. Okay. Please pray for us. I will be coming back to you guys at some point to update, but I'm freaking out, so. I didn't even try to put makeup on today because I have a feeling whether or not there's a reaction, there will be tears. We're gonna do this. It is 4:30. We got back like 10 minutes ago. She did really well. She ate 2 tablespoons of banana puree, which she's had before, she's good for, and an 1/8 teaspoon of peanut butter mixed in, and no reaction. We waited for an hour in the parking lot of the hospital. We ended up just bringing her in the front seat with us, parked, and Zach held her and I fed her because Zach couldn't get any of the peanut butter on him because he's actually allergic, as I explained earlier. So day 1 went well. We watched pieces of the peanut butter go in her mouth every bite and no reaction. In fact, she just wanted it because I guess she liked it. And when we ran out, she was mad. So tomorrow she's gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon mixed in with 2 tablespoons of banana, so it'll be more concentrated, and we'll see how she does. But so she's down for a nap right now in her crib. It has been 2.5 hours and she's good still. So I didn't know what I was gonna put all of her trying peanuts. I didn't know what video I was gonna put that in. And then I was thinking, like, I don't want that part of like the Thanksgiving vlog, which is gonna be like this week. So I think I'm just gonna do a random weekend vlog a little bit. We just got home. We had to go to ShopRite because we're having friends over tomorrow, and they actually are cooking lunch for us and then bringing it here. So we're handling the hors d'oeuvres, obviously, the drinks, but they're coming over at like 1 p.m. So wine would be the choice if it was like dinner, but this is lunch. So I don't really know what's happening with that, but we have plenty of wine. So, and then we have water and soda.
My hair is crazy, so
the peanut girl herself. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna open this on camera. There's this place near here that does vegan pizza. So, and they're soy free as well. And they told us the type of cheese. I looked it up. The ingredients are all good. So let's open it together to see. Because if this is good, this opens up my options. Oh. Okay. You know what? It's burnt.
Yeah, but it looks like good burnt.
Yeah, maybe. It's a little bit more well done than I'd like. It does like low-key look like, I know it's not, but it does kind of just look like a frozen pizza. It's not, right? It's not like a frozen pizza.
No, I doubt it. Because you have to add it to add the cheese. Okay. All you're doing is adding the cheese.
This looks pretty good though. It doesn't look vegan. So here's my pizza. I'm gonna shut it before, even though I'm probably gonna have to heat it up anyway because baby's not going down yet. Yeah. Zach got
hot and sour soup.
Hot and sour soup from Chinese place. And then I'll show you guys what we got for the. Oh yeah, did I even mention we're making a charcuterie board for the appetizers? So we got some Italian bread. Roasted garlic, it's Italian. Did we know that?
No.
And this didn't have anything in it. Oh, okay. Roasted or garlicky. We got some bread for tomorrow. Dairy and soy free. Charcuterie trio. And hot supersada. Asiago. Parmesan. And then hot honey, Mike's hot honey, goat cheese. So, little backstory. I can't have any of the cheese. But I can have the dairy. I can have the meat. We looked at that. But the annoying thing about... So, I asked her doctor, when I have goat's milk, because like someone mentioned like, oh, you can have goat's milk. You just can't have cow's milk because she has a cow's milk protein intolerance. She's like giving a dirty look to the camera. Or was. And she said yes. She said yes, and that always felt wrong to me, so I never tried goat cheese or goat's milk, even though she said it's fine because it's not cow's milk. But then Zach did some Googling, and everything he found said, like, no, don't do that.
Like, it's like almost like cross-contamination. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of similar...
Like, the protein is similar, you said?
Yeah.
So that's not cross-contamination, that's just...
That's not what I meant.
So it's kind of like with the soy, I couldn't do that because it's very similar to the protein in milk, and she's allergic to both. So if the goat's milk is also very similar, I don't understand why she said yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because
not
everything we saw
100%.
online said, like,
It's
no.
Not 100%, but it's like
But this looks so...
high odds, I know.
Look at
That's,
that.
that's why I got it.
So
I don't even like
good.
soft cheeses, and
Oh my
I want
gosh.
to try it.
I'm gonna smell it once we open it. But yeah, so that's for tomorrow. Oh, and then for our like crackers, we got these everything pretzel crisp things. And these are soy and dairy free. And then we got these, an assortment of crackers. This is just the ShopRite brand Bowling Basket. And all of them except for this cracker are soy and dairy free. So, because we're going to see Wicked tomorrow. That's another reason why I decided to film. I mean, I'm not gonna film Wicked, but going to see Wicked tomorrow. I'm very excited. I have a very emotional attachment to Wicked. It was like me and my dad's like thing. I'm never really a big fan for musicals, honestly. And well, outside of like Disney movies, but like, does that count? I don't really think so. Or like, I'm not really a big fan of Broadway in general, but my dad was like, I think you'd really like Wicked. I started listening to the soundtrack. I did really like it. And then for my 15th birthday, he surprised me with tickets to see Wicked on Broadway. And the seats were like really good. If you knew my dad, you knew that he was a big baller, like, and big spender. And for what? Because it's not like he didn't really have that kind of money, but anyway, all that being said, we're seeing Wicked tomorrow. I promise myself this, but like, if Addie wants to see Wicked one day, I feel like I would see it with her, but I don't want to see Wicked again on Broadway just because it has a very special place in my heart and I want to save that for me and my dad. But if Addie wanted to see it, I would go see it with her. So anyway, tomorrow Zach and I are going to go see it in 3D because that was like the only reasonable time showing was like the expensive 3D tickets. So we're going to see that. And I'm just gonna like cry my eyes out, and I'm very excited for that, and I'm very excited to see it. I've been trying to avoid as many spoilers as possible. I will come back when I'm trying my pizza. I also am debating whether or not I want a cider tonight, like a hard cider, or if I want a glass of wine. I feel like the wine would go better with the pizza. That's it. I'll come back later. Okay, so I just fed the baby and Zach is going to put her down for me. I already got some of Addie's stuff together, so I already packed her little cooler bag. So I have a bib in here. I have her Benadryl in here with her little dropper thing. Paper towels, I have a bib. I have 6 spoons in here. She went through all 6 spoons today while we fed her, so I have 6 more spoons. And then I have her banana defrosting for tomorrow. I make her own purees and in these little like ice cube trays. And then each time it's time for her to have her food, I defrost them in here. So I'm defrosting it the night before because she only eats once a day, which actually she's gonna be 7 months on Monday, and then we're gonna start feeding her twice a day. You only do 1 new food and then want you to repeat the new food for 3 days in a row before you try another new food. So the reason I'm packing it now is because usually we give her 1 meal a day in her second wake window after she wakes up from her nap. Tomorrow we have friends coming over for her second wake window, and then her last wake window, me and Zach are going to see a movie and my mom is going to watch her for us. So we can't just give her peanuts during one of those times because we need to be present with her, and we also want to do it in the hospital parking lot again. So we're gonna literally, as soon as she wakes up tomorrow morning, we're going to get in the car with all of her stuff, head to the hospital, and do the same thing we did today where we give her bananas and peanut butter and wait for an hour in the car. If everything is still good, then I think we're gonna again go to Starbucks, wait in the Starbucks for a little bit, and then go home. I figured that it worked out well today. I feel like it'll work out well tomorrow. So we'll see. But her first wake window is usually like 2.5 hours, but we're giving it to her for her first wake window tomorrow. So that's why we have to get up immediately because she's not going to be up for very long in her first wake window. So that's why we're getting up and going straight to the hospital to give her her second round. So that's why I'm getting everything prepped and ready for tonight. I have my pizza. I only heated up because it got cold. I only heated up half of it because I'm not going to finish the whole thing tonight. But like to the naked eye, it just looks like a burnt personal pizza from like the refrigerated aisle. This is amazing for it being not real cheese. I'm like, did they mess up and give me real cheese?
No. We were the only order in the house, man.
Really? Was it like empty in there?
That empty. Yeah.
I feel bad. But anyway, we're gonna watch Dexter, which is the show we've been binging, have our beveraginos and our takeout, and enjoy the rest of our night. I don't think I'll be back. Peace, and we will see you tomorrow at some point. Say a little prayer for us tomorrow. The baby just woke up. It is 7:55. But it's time to get the day started. We're ready to go. We've got the baby ready. All right, day 2. We're already. She woke up 30 minutes ago, so
We gotta go.
we gotta go. All right, so it is much later. And in fact, it has been 3 hours since she started eating those peanuts, and she's actually currently napping and no reaction. She had more peanut butter today than she did yesterday. It's the second day and still no reaction. We're very happy about that because they say that the second time is usually when the reaction happens, or it's worse the second time. She's still good. So we're not doing the victory lap yet because tomorrow is the last day of the exposure. And tomorrow she's getting double what she got today. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. But I think Zach and I are both cautiously optimistic. She'll still need to have peanuts and all the other allergens she's tried 2 to 3 times a week to maintain the exposure and keep her from having a reaction. And even then, sometimes they still might develop an allergy. But what matters is that we're trying our best. We have guests coming over in an hour actually, so I have to do a quick clean of the bedroom, of the bathrooms, then I have to get ready, and then I have to lay out the charcuterie board. So I probably won't be doing too much more talking on here, but day 2 was a success. And then later my mom is coming over and Zach and I are going to see Wicked. We gotta go. They're gonna be here like any minute. This is what it looks like. I didn't cut the bread yet. We'll do that closer to dinner. I think they're here. Goodbye. Good morning. It's actually Sunday morning. I don't think I've filmed since the charcuterie board I was putting together yesterday. Turned out great. Between our guests and my mom and Zach and I, we finished it all. Well, except for the cheese, because I couldn't help with the cheese. I look like crap, but that's because in the makeup I was wearing yesterday, I cried off because, yeah, seeing Zach's friends, and well, they're my friends too, at this point. It was really nice. It was great to see them. We caught up with them. They had been to the house briefly last year, but like we showed them the house more. Yeah, it also looked completely different. Not completely, but like a lot different. They met the baby. That was great. They hung out. And then literally as they were leaving, my mom came and we hung out with her for a little bit. And then we went to the movies. We went to see Wicked. It's so good. Like I can't even begin to express how good it is. It was so good. Like, it really was everything I wanted it to be. And, like, I was a little bit, like, I don't know, protective of Wicked, because I don't know if I said it in this video yet, but one of my favorite memories with my dad ever was going to see Wicked with him on Broadway for my 15th birthday. And it was such a special experience. And, like, my dad and I weren't very close the last few years of his life because of reasons. And it was, like, one of the first times in a while, and kind of the last time I felt so close to him. So I'm very protective over it because it was so touching, and like seeing it with him was so amazing. And so all those old feelings came up while I was watching the movie. I basically like was tearing up the whole movie, and at the end during Defying Gravity I was sobbing. But it was visually so beautiful, like musically like gorgeous. The acting I liked. My only critique is I wish Glinda was a little bit more like Glinda-y, like a little bit more like funny.
Yeah, I would say Ariana Grande, her acting wasn't bad, but it didn't really.
It wasn't as funny as Glinda is.
I don't know anything about Wicked.
Like, she's a little bit goofy, but there was a little bit of there, but not like as much as I would like. But I loved Elphaba, which Cynthia Erivo I have a little bit of feelings about as like a person because of her interviews, but like I loved her as Elphaba. Anyway, I would give the movie, honestly, like a 10 out of 10. It was everything I wanted it to be. I sobbed my makeup off. I looked crazy coming out of the theater, and it was very healing for me. And I think Zach liked it too.
Yeah, it did.
And it did not feel like 2 hours and 40 minutes. It felt like it was boom, boom, boom. I was never bored. My mind was never wandering. And yeah, so it was really good. And so here we are today. We watched Church from Home because the timing of... We haven't watched Church at home in a long time. We've been going in person, but the timing of like her naps and like when she woke up today, because the baby did not sleep well last night. The dog also did not sleep well last night. So we didn't sleep well last night. Anyway, we got to get to eating these bagels because we have a lot we have to do before the baby wakes up. But yeah, we watched Church from Home. We went on a walk with the dog and the baby, and then I put the baby down for a nap, and that's here we are. So we're gonna eat our bagels, and I got my peppermint mocha latte with almond milk from Dunkin', and we're just gonna sit and hang out, eat, and then we gotta get going with getting ready for Peanuts Day 3. And this is the last day of the exposure, and from here on out when she has peanut butter, it's just part of her regular routine. So I think it's gonna go well. And then right after that, we're gonna go straight to my cousin's house. So sorry I'm coming on here looking so crazy, but I wanted to talk about Wicked a little bit. So if you have any interest in seeing it, and even if you don't, go see it, because it was really good. I have to go to school now. Baby woke up naturally by herself at 12:20, so we're getting on the road to the hospital to so try. Because it is where we're going. It is where we're going to try Peanuts round 3, where we park for it. There's no parking for the emergency room. It's the weirdest thing. All the parking lots near the entrance of the emergency room are for the doctors, and then there's the ambulance bay, and then there's like an area you can pull up to like drop someone off, and then you have to leave and go park in visitor parking, like far away. So if I were taking myself to the hospital or the baby, I'd have to park far and then walk to the, like, so we've been parking in the the physician's parking lot. It's not very like closed off, like anyone can just get in there. There's no security or anything, and so we just park in the back of the lot. But it's still close to the emergency room entrance. Every time we go, I'm like, we sit there for 2 hours, so I'm like, low-key at some point, someone might start to come up to us, but this is the last day until we do eggs next week, and even then, I think we might, what's wrong? So I don't know how much more I'm gonna film today. Anyway, also, I don't know if I even said this on here, but our Dunkins today were so bad, and bless you! And lately, our Dunkins have been so bad. So, we're probably gonna not go to this Dunkin' or just go to Starbucks from now on, even though there's no drive-thru near us because of how bad it's been. We're actually gonna stop at a Starbucks after we do the peanut thing because of how bad. In my last vlog, I like talk about how bad my Dunkin' was, but I blamed myself because I was like, you know what? Maybe it's because I ordered a coffee and not a latte. No, today I got a latte and it was literally tasted like dirty water. So, anyway.
Mine yesterday tasted like rotten. And then,
maybe because of the milk.
Yeah, and they messed my order up that time. They gave me skim and
like 4
and
creams or
cream.
something like that.
But this time the orders were fine, both of them.
Yeah,
They just tasted terrible. I don't know what we're gonna do. We may go to a local spot in the future.
I know. I'm like, but the convenience of the drive-through, that's the whole issue.
Yeah, and it's right next to where we get our bagels.
I know.
So it's like.
Okay, I'm actually back home because Addie had a blowout in the car, so I'm coming in to get pants because rookie mom mistake. I didn't bring pants with us this time. It's been 2 hours. We had success again, thankfully. And as of now, we can say she is not allergic to peanuts. And we're not doing another allergen until a week from now. And when that rolls around, we're gonna do eggs. So we won't have to worry about this type of thing for another week at least, thankfully. I need this break, and also it's like Thanksgiving and everything, and you know, we'll be like out and about a lot this week, so it's just like I don't want to start an allergen. So we got our Starbucks and everything, and light years better than the Dunkin'. I mean, like, look how sad. Like, our full Dunkins are still just sitting there. Anyway, I'm gonna go use the bathroom, then we're gonna get back on the road and go to my cousin's house. But that's it for now, and I will see you guys tonight. I think that's gonna kind of be it for this video. I don't know how long it's gonna end up being, but I hope you enjoyed it. So far, so good on peanuts. We'll see how this turns out. I'm gonna keep giving them to her weekly to make sure she doesn't develop the allergy, but I think we can say that as of now, doesn't seem like she has the allergy at all. So we're very happy about that. I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving. This is probably gonna be the last video you guys see before that. I'm hosting Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna be filming all the prep and the day of. So subscribe. The lighting got so dark, but subscribe for all of that, and yeah, come back for the next one.